I'm here with Subbarao, Potharaju from Fisher and Paykel, and we're here to talk first off about your fit packs. Now these are kits that when you're doing a setup have all the right seals that a professional might need to ensure that the patient has the right fit. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So starting a new patient is sometimes challenging. Mm-hmm. You got to make sure not only the patient is getting the right product, but from an operations point of view, you want to make sure you're efficient and you have everything ready to go when you're setting up the patient.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do is head back, right?
Yeah, exactly. So we are offering what we call a fit pack. For example, if you look at the Simplus, the tech has all the required sizes in one bag. Mm-hmm. So previously, if you were to fit a patient, you would get one size pack, say for example Simplus medium, and you try medium. If it doesn't work, you'll have to go and fetch another size cushion. Yeah. It could be a large, it could be a small. So what this offers is all three sizes in one pack. Mm-hmm. So it's easier for the tech to just open the bag, try one seal. If it doesn't work, straight away you got something handy to put the next one.
Exactly.
So there's a couple of situations where this is really, really beneficial for the DME. So number one is if you're trying to minimize the number of SKUs, now you don't need to carry those two additional spare parts that you had to carry before.
And manage.
Yeah. So it kind of minimizes your inventory overhead and it makes it more efficient. The second is if you're trying to do a remote setup. Either the tech is going to a patient's home or the pack is being sent to the patient, like a drop ship to patient's door. Mm-hmm. You've got all three sizes in one pack. Yeah, so it kind of minimizes any excess overhead in handling the inventory.
Yeah, well, and inventory management is a huge thing for providers.
Absolutely.
Of any stripe.
Yeah.
Obviously, fit is a big contributor to compliance, and the Simplus mask has a sort of an interesting feature. Why don't you tell us a bit about that?
Sure. Yeah. So besides fitting, getting a proper fit, mm-hmm. fit meaning the mask sealing properly. So CPAP patients basically are going on different pressures, anywhere from 5 centimeters to 20 centimeters pressure. Yeah. So it's important that the air doesn't leak when the patient is wearing the mask. It doesn't leak, otherwise you're not providing the right pressure. Yeah. So sealing is one, but at the same time, making this comfortable is the other big challenge. So patients don't comply and they don't adhere to therapy if this is not comfortable.
Exactly.
So what's unique about this cushion here is on the Simplus mask is what we call the roll fit technology. What's unique about this is how we mold and how we make that spring action. It's like a suspension, like shock absorber on your car. Yeah. So it minimizes the translation of that force into your car, right? Yeah. So it's similar to that. So irrespective of how much force you're applying while you're tightening the headgear, it kind of minimizes the pressure on the nasal bridge. You got to maintain a consistent kind of pressure on the nasal bridge. Otherwise, what happens is if the nasal bridge gets excessive pressure, it gets very uncomfortable and patients rip off the mask and stop using it.
Exactly. So you've got three masks, the Eason, the Simplus, and the Brevida. The Brevida's the latest. That's a nasal pillows mask.
Yes.
And what's kind of the interesting feature there on the fit? There's a unique approach that you guys have taken to the actual nasal pillow, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So the traditional products in the nasal pillows category, they seal on the inside of veneers, and we've found that. Out of our market research, that nasal pillows tend to cause a lot of nasal irritation.
Oh, really?
So you're kind of putting something inside the nares and applying a lot of flow and pressure that causes nasal irritation. Mm-hmm. So we've taken a different approach. This seal, seals kind of works differently to the traditional products. So it inflates with CPAP pressure. As you can see, the seal gently inflates. And what it does is it forms a seal on the base of the nose
rather than sort of in
just
it.
being on the inside of the nerves.
Okay.
So that kind of minimizes the nasal irritation.
I would imagine.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
more comfortable to have it land on the base of the nose rather than just on the inside of the nose.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's kind of unique to F&P, and we've been having a lot of success with this, so it would be worth checking it out.
All right, thank you.
Fantastic.